Once again, it's a lovely day to come to you, wherever you are, and to share the heart of God with you, and to share a few thoughts that for some time now we've been having. We've been looking at transreladership. And for some time, we studied the mind, and last time I met you, we looked at the heart. We made the point that the heart, as an organ in the body, through the blood, circulates oxygen and nutrients to the system. That keeps the whole system alive. We also established the point that the heart is also the organ that has the capacity to extract all the excess carbon dioxide to be released through breathing, and then also extract all the waste in the system. By application, we said that the heart is the seat of your spirit and of your soul. And so the content of our thoughts, of our thinking, of the things we do, will be sieved by the content of your heart. The content of your heart. What comes out of your heart will determine whether your dreams, your goals, and your aspiration will survive the test of time or will eventually die. It will determine whether the poisons that are thrown at you, you will survive it or overcome it. And today, in continuing what we started on the heart, we are looking at the content of the heart, one of which is love. The Oxford Dictionary defines love as an intense feeling of deep affection, great interest, and pleasure in something or someone. Let's break that definition down. Love, therefore, has to have intensity. It should be intense. Your love for someone, your love for something, your love for your nation, your love for your marriage, your love for your goals and dreams should be intense. Intense feeling. It should be something that engulfs your emotion. There should be feeling attached to whatever you are doing. You can never bring a change, a transformation, when you have no solid feeling of appreciation for it, or where your heart and your emotions are not involved. That is why we are saying that the heart, the content of the heart, will determine whether you will survive. Your feeling for your dream, your feeling for what you intend achieving, should be intense. Love is a feeling that is intense. And then it says that it should be deep. An intense feeling of deep affection. Affection has to do with being fond of something, something being likable, something that you enjoy, something that you cherish. And so to be able to bring change, to be able to bring transformation, to be able to bring revival, to get things going, there has to be an affection for that thing. Love, again, is expressed with great interest. Great interest. And so, whatever you're doing, no matter what, your capacity to sustain the interest will determine whether you will survive the turbulence of life or you will not survive it. Your anchor would hold in the storms of life when your love for a particular dream is solid, unshakable, irreversible, cannot be quenched. So the interest should be great. And then you should have pleasure in it. It should be something you enjoy. It should be something that brings relaxation, that brings a kind of a recreational mood in your spirit, something that is eventful, something that you so much enjoy. Apart from the Oxford definition of love, we also have an interesting perspective that the Bible brings into bear that we'd also want to look at. So let's do a quick recap. In whatever you do, we have said that the organ, the heart, the content of the heart will determine the nutrients that are provided and also determine the waste that is taken out of the system. And we are saying that the kind of nutrient you provide to every dream, to every goal, to your team, to your marriage, to your children, to your church, the nutrient that you provide here should be one of an intense feeling of deep affection. So for your church members, you need to have an intense feeling of deep affection for them. For your business, you need to have an intense feeling of deep affection. Intensity of your feeling. You should have feeling for it, fellow feeling. It should be deep. It should not be shallow. It should not be something that can easily be shaken by the storms of life, by the challenges and the problems that comes with every dream, that comes with every goal, that comes with trying to achieve anything. And we are saying that you should have a solid affection for that thing. And then the interest in that thing should be great so that it's unshakable. You may have turbulent periods. You may have ups and downs, valley experiences and mountaintop experiences, dark moments, light moments. You'll be in the tunnel, you'll be out of the tunnel. But in all this, when there's love for something, when the pivot around which a dream is being achieved, a goal is being achieved, what will get it running around that pivot is the content of love that exudes from your heart. Love must be deep. And then the interest solid. And we are saying that it should give you pleasure. Anything you do, a dream that is stressful, a relationship that is stressful, a marriage that is stressful, that has no pleasure, a job you're doing that you do not take pleasure in that job will die in your hands. Running a nation, running a kingdom, and I keep using these examples, running a football team, when there's no pleasure in what you are doing, definitely it will die in your hands. There wouldn't be sufficient supply of oxygen. There wouldn't be sufficient supply of nutrients. And again, that will not allow you to deal with the waste. You want to check the quality of your love. You want to check how much you love something. You want to check how much you love your spouse, how much you love your children, how much you love your job, how much you love your goals, how much you love whatever you set as yourself to achieve. Where there is no love for a particular goal, I said it the last time, that you can build a whole castle, a whole empire. But if there is no love for that thing, eventually the poisons, the waste that comes out of that system, you will not have the capacity to take them out because your love for that thing is so low. Now, when we look into the Bible, basically there are three kinds of love that are spoken of in the Bible. First of all is what we call the eros. And that has to do with love that is passionate, that is romantic kind of love. And sometimes we're confusing that to only mean sexual love. Well, of course, that is also part of the eros. But love in general should be passionate. You should be passionate about whatever you do. If it is prayer, you should love it. You should have an eros kind of feeling about it. You should be passionate. Just as you have romantic feelings for a guy or for a girl, you should have such strong, intense feeling for prayer, intense feeling for hard work, intense feeling for keeping your friendship, intense feeling among the team, that you should be passionate about it. And that is what love does. When you are passionate, nothing can kill that love. That is the eros, something that is passionate. The third kind of love, that is also spoken of in the Bible, is the phileo. And that is the kind of love that is birthed out of commitment. You should be committed to the dream. You should be committed to the agenda. You should be committed, and then you shall see wonders happening in your goal and in your dream. We are saying that love, per Oxford Dictionary definition, should be intense, should be pleasurable, should be something you have interest in, should be something that is affectionate. And we are saying that the three kinds of love in the Bible also goes along that line, collaborates it, and then it is able to come out super. There should be an eros kind of love, which is passionate, which is romantic, which is lovely, which is great. And then the filial kind of love, which has to do with commitment. And that is what normally binds friends together, binds families together. That is an interesting dimension that love does. And when we bring it into transreladership, we are saying that you should be committed to the goal, to the dream. If you are not committed to it, anything can cause you to change the course of the dream. You would give up, you will burn, you will waste away, unless your commitment is unshakable. The third aspect of love, as indicated in the Bible, is the agape love. And that is birth out of sacrifice, out of sacrificial life. So let's look at it this way. To be solid in the love that comes out of your heart at every moment, it would be lovely to have a combination of these three. A love that is passionate, a love that is committed, and a love that is prepared to sacrifice, to go to an extreme length to ensure that that which you love faces the challenges of life, is able to overcome every storm, and then can stay forever. Don't forget, we are talking about leaving a legacy that will even outlive you. We are talking about being able to change people's heart, to get people along without compulsion, without fear, without intimidation. Helping people to achieve a goal without putting a gun or without using discipline and reward only as a system, without letting them fear that if this or that is not done, there is going to be discipline or punishment. We're looking at a kind of leadership, a kind of transformation, a kind of change that is so inspiring, so motivational, so creative, of a willing heart, a willing attitude towards achieving that goal. And we are establishing the point that one aspect of your being, the invisible aspect of your being, is love, which comes out of your heart. Actually, in most literature or in most demonstrations, love is represented by the shape of the heart, an important quality of your heart. Is your heart right? Is your love life right? That which you love, are you passionate? Are you committed? And are you so much willing to sacrifice your time, your intellect, your energy, everything you have to achieve a goal? That is what Jesus does. Jesus is able to create excitement in our hearts, to be willing. In fact, God creates in us to will and to do his good will. And so we must have capacity to create a willingness in people. And we are saying that when love exudes from you, when love comes out of you, into the hearts of your team members, into your family, into your children, into your nation, when your citizenry, as a president, are fully convinced that you are passionate about the development of the nation, you are committed, you are willing to sacrifice your reputation, everything, to ensure that the nation blossoms, then you shall have people following you who are more than willing to go along with you. That is what the heart does.